In a vast and infinite multiverse, where magic courses through the very fabric of reality, the greatest of mages gather on the field of battle to engage in a duel of epic multiplayer proportions. Leading their armies into battle, backed by their trusted and most skilled commander, ready to do whatever it takes to emerge victorious and live for the adventure. And now, dear friends and fellow gamers, step right up to RIW Hobby's legendary Showdown, a thrilling tabletop experience like no other. Here, you'll witness the most epic and unforgettable battles where fate hangs in the balance, and every move could mean the difference between triumph and defeat, right within the very walls of the game store. So gather your forces, hone your skills, and prepare to enter a world of magic and mayhem. Here are your hosts, Brian and Ryan.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to RIW Legendary Showdown. We've got an exciting show today. We hosted a Commander 1K last weekend, and that got us pretty excited to play with some powerful decks. So we're going to be playing some powerful decks on stream here today. I'm Brian DeMars. I'm joined by
Ryan Sparks.
And you want to introduce our guest?
So we brought back our friend Charlie. We had some cool things to talk about that in a little bit. And then you brought?
My good friend Martin Innes.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here.
And I guess we should maybe talk a little bit about the decks we chose for today.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Well, what's our topic today?
Powerful decks.
There we go. So we got some powerful decks at the table. So we'll let our guest kick off first.
Yeah, I'll start off.
Talk about your boy there.
Yeah. So I brought Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy. This is kind of been my deck since the card came out. It's what I brought to the 1K that we were talking about earlier. And I've been working on it, since Ikoria came out. It's a lot of fun. It makes a lot of mana. It flips a lot of stuff off the top, and hopefully I can eventually make infinite mana and see where we can go from there.
Nice. And Charlie hooked us up with some really cool reading materials for the commentary we did. Yeah. Ryan and I did commentary for the 1K, and you hooked us up with
our Spark Notes.
Ryan Spark Notes.
Yeah, I've been playing CEDH for about a year and a half now, 2 years or so, since I converted this deck to CEDH because I realized it was a little too powerful for the regular tables.
Yeah.
And since then, I've played against a lot of different decks. And Ryan was saying, "Hey, I've never really played this format, and we've got to commentate." So I was like, "Well, here's basically all of the knowledge that I have." So I condensed it down into a couple pages and sent it off to him. Hopefully, that helped somewhat in the commentary.
That worked out for us. I think it really helped. During the event, we saw some painters we never saw before, and sure enough, we opened up to the page. Like, hey, Charlie wrote about it. And then Martin, you want to talk about yours?
Absolutely. I'm playing Sythis, Harvest Hand. This is actually based on a list I found on TikTok a couple of years ago.
Oh, wow.
Something you probably don't hear every day. I love stacks because I am a bad person and I don't like it when other people at the table are having a good time. And I had never seen somebody build stacks out of a green-white shell before, so I was really interested to try this. And it's turned out to be one of my pretty consistent favorite CEDH decks. It's super low to the ground, it draws a ton of cards, it runs a lot of very high value interaction at a multiplayer table. It's just a great deck.
Cool.
I've been excited to see this one play out.
Yeah.
I actually have been picking up cards for your Sythis deck too because it just looks so sweet.
He said it a couple times this week already.
It's so much fun. It really is, even when it doesn't win.
I'm going a little bit off of the beaten path, I guess you would say. I'm playing a Muldrotha deck that I brewed up myself. I like to goldfish this deck at home, so it's kind of a combo deck. Nice. It's a lot of fun. So a lot of card draw, a lot of synergy type cards, a lot of mana.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be able to get some mana through your stacks.
All right, and mine comes straight from the heart because I wrote an article for the store about this deck. Originally, it was more casual, hanging out with the buddies and whatnot. But after seeing a lot of my friends play the format, I was like, you know what? I can make 2 flavors of this deck. So we can be Graveyard Brothers today, Brian, on the battlefield, but the Graveyard's always been my go-to place. It was if you read the article, you know, this deck saved my life. So turning it into something where I can play with multiple different friends of mine is really cool. So as I come from the casual side more, so this is going to be interesting. Sorry, Martin, but I enjoy people having fun. So this deck is to make sure people are having fun in CEDH.
By having them sacrifice their creatures.
Yes.
What's more fun than sacrificing your own stuff?
Discarding cards.
And sharing your creatures with
That's
me.
true. Discarding cards is fun.
Yeah, and this deck's actually more of a toolbox, where Brian, you utilize your graveyard a lot. I've actually turned Meren into more of a toolbox. So I have a lot of cards to get me out of certain situations, and I don't need to necessarily play her or use my graveyard with this deck, but it helps.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's really cool. That's about it for mine.
Well, I was just thinking about the tournament we watched last weekend, the 1K.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for, I haven't really played very much CEDH. I've only played in a couple of pods that even had like a CEDH deck. So this is like probably the most stacked pod I've played in so far since I've started playing EDH a couple of years ago. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it looks like the gameplay was really fun though from what we observed at the 1K. It seemed like people are having a really fun time with it.
I love CEDH. I think part of the misconceptions about it is that it's like, oh, people are just trying to combo off turn 1, you know, lots of like turn 2 wins, whatever. The thing I love about CEDH is just it's so interactive. It kind of like condenses like the normal 2-hour game that you play with like your buddies at home and shoves it into like a couple turns at the beginning, and it's very interactive, lots of counter spells, removal happening all at the same time, and a lot of like tough spots. You're like, hey, I've got like 2 lock pieces on one side of the board, and like those are kind of like hurting me, but they're also hurting my opponent, so like when do I want to get rid of those and stuff like that. It's a lot of interesting situations. It's a lot of fun mind games in it, trying to play around your other 3 opponents.
It just looks like so much fun to play. I was like, we did the commentary obviously, and after we got done, I stuck around and watched more Commander because it just looked so cool. I was watching all the top 16 games that you guys were playing. It was really cool when the pods were all CEDH decks as opposed to like a spread between power levels. Like once it got to the end of the tournament and the cream had kind of risen to the top, those pods look so fun.
Yeah, definitely. You know, and it's just fun to play powerful cards. You know, a lot of these cards have been kind of removed from play circles because they're just like, you know, people don't like to play against Rhystic Study when there's not a lot of like counterplay against it and stuff like that. But people in CDH have said, hey, we're gonna try and do our best to win this game, and it's your job to stop me. So.
And I could say that this format's definitely like investing in stocks. You're not going to see anything cheap here for, you know, when it comes to getting the key pieces to your deck. So it's a good format for those who have spent a lot of years in Magic the Gathering, right? You know, you've had those cards flying around because you've played them in legacy decks and different things like that. So you can now play your legacy decks again. Because otherwise, you know, you could probably spend some time, which is nice. A lot of places will do proxies, right?
Yeah.
So you don't have to bust your wallet out and throw your money on the table. So.
Yeah, the CEDH community has definitely has realized how expensive this format can be with the cards that they're playing, and you know, things that'll never be printed again. And they've accepted the fact that this is inhibitively expensive for a lot of people. So we're going to be proxy friendly, let people play the things that they want to play, and makes it fair across the playing board so people aren't playing with their wallets.
Right. Yep, that makes sense. And I know you have a few today, and I said, no problem, you know, because we know how expensive some cards can be. Gaia's Cradle and everything else. So it can, you know, it took us a while to get ours. So we made an accomplishment. Me and Brian both can check the box this year. We both got a Gaia's Cradle. So
That's quite the card.
It is.
Cradle.
It's probably one of my favorite lands, if not my favorite land, next to Bazaar Baghdad. Yeah, 2 expensive lands.
It's a really good land. You know, I used to have one, and I ended up selling it because I wasn't playing a lot of Magic, and I regret that some days. But you know,
I sold my original for a Plains Chaser anthology.
Nice. Nice.
But hey, we still play that Plains Chase today, so
There
I'm
you
happy
go.
about that. It's an investment.
I got out of my guy's cradles at 70 apiece.
Nice.
My play set that I had for my elf deck. That one hurt having to rebuy. That's probably the worst investing I've ever done in Magic was selling my cradles.
Yeah. And now you got them back. Well, got one back.
I got one back. That's
Yeah.
all you need.
That's all you need.
Commander.
Yeah,
That's all you
you need.
Which, one of my favorite things about Commander is that you only need one of every card to play.
Yes.
Like, it feels so bad to collect play sets of stuff and then change decks and it rotate. You just have like 4 of the same card in your binder that you're not using. But Commander, it feels like you can kind of just create a nice binder full of all the cards you like to play, and they're there, and you only need one. It's great.
Yeah. Good times. All right, well, you guys want to get into it?
I think I'm ready. You guys ready?
Do it.
I love playing Magic.
Yeah, me too.
I'll give you a cup, Martin.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You want to give me a cut?
You gave me a cup before.
I'm
Yeah,
not
we
asleep,
already
so
did
my deck's
that.
all tall. And we already rolled dice before we started. Ryan's going to be starting off for us.
Taking our second roll again.
I'm taking my first one. As much as I wanted to play that hand.
Oh, I love this hand.
Oh no,
My hand's
we're in
capable.
danger.
I had a Jewel Lotus, but
No lands?
one land.
Oh, well, that casts Meren.
Yeah, it casts Meren, but it doesn't cast anything else.
Who's ready to make some enemies?
I'm rooting for the Stacks deck.
Thank you.
Oh, cut.
You know what's funny? There was a point in my Magic career, I'm going to say in like 2001, 2002, where I had the opportunity to buy a playset of Bazaars or a playset of Workshops. And I chose to be a Bazaar player.
Yeah.
And I kind of regret that. I think I would have had more fun as a Workshop player, honestly.
Workshops were really fun back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
To let you play was that in the 4 Trinisphere days?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was quite
Turn
bad.
1 Trinisphere and
Oh. Workshop
see how they
box
deal with it.
Trinisphere.
Yeah.
Good game.
See you in 3 turns.
Yeah.
You got to keep it there, Ryan?
I gotta keep it here.
Oh. Alright. We're gonna go down to 6, see what happens.
First one's free in CEDH?
Sure is.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
Same rules as always, same format.
Alright, just making sure.
Hear that? Same format.
Yeah.
We've been arguing about that in text messages.
We
Whether
have.
it's different or the same. I'm a firm believer it's the same thing, just different flavor.
Yeah,
Ooh, this is kind of
It's
rough.
the same format with a different social contract.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Alright, when everyone's got their hands, I'll draw my first card and take my turn.
Actually, does everybody have their hands?
I believe.
Have some, Kevin.
Oh no! There it is.
Okay.
Bonk.
What are you getting out of your hand?
Oh, that's a good point. What am I getting out of my hand? Let's go with Swift Reconfiguration.
Makes sense.
All set?
Yes.
I'm good to go. Take us away.
Alright. Radiant Catacombs. Let's fetch and then get a Bayou.
I love that for you.
Go off, bestie.
Don't do strip mine on me. Pass.
This deck is not running strip.
Brian would be the guy to strip mine me.
I can tell you
There are
that.
no strip mines in my deck. Today.
Awesome. All right. This is
Thought about
I'll
it though.
even
It's
let
good
you
with
take my first
Muldrotha.
cut
Yes, it
with this
is.
deck.
You know, I had something else, but
I had like an earlier version of this deck that was like kind of a combo stacks hybrid
Nice.
because Muldrotha kind of lends itself nicely to
follow
replaying
suit against
crap
you
from your graveyard.
It does. It does.
Okay. Fetch for fetch.
and find my tropical, and I'll pass a turn.
All right. Drop a
I took
turn.
out Showdown, by the way. I put it in my lower power Meren deck.
I'm gonna
Where it
Verdant
belongs.
Catacombs. Go to third.
We had a lot of discussion about the card Showdown.
Well, when I added that one card today,
yes,
I was like, okay,
Showdown's the one coming out.
yeah. I'll go to 33 creatures. It's okay.
We'll survive.
Yeah, anything less than 31 though, I don't think is really good
Oh,
for
wrong
us.
half.
I think with any kind of like graveyard reanimator deck, you want to keep it above 31.
That's fair.
31 is the minimum, except for Brian's deck because it's not really a reanimator.
Okay. I apologize for being a stinky casual, but here's my fake Savannah.
Oh no, stinky casual.
Hey, we said proxies are okay, so
I'll give you the option to cut for me.
I do like that Savannah though. It's cool.
I got a matching set of duels that looks like that alongside. They did a set of fetches and a set of shocklands in the same style. And I bought all of them at once, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And
I was waiting for Brian to say, "What does that do?" There's no text on it.
I'm quite familiar with the text of Savannah.
At least it's in a Strixhaven card.
Forest Plains.
I do have a Strixhaven card in my deck. I realized.
Go on.
Demonic Tutor.
I don't think that
Strixhaven
counts.
GT is so pretty though.
Yeah. Foil etched. It was given to me.
And 1 and 2.
Because they didn't
and
like
a
it.
null
They
rod.
didn't like the way it looked.
Sick.
Really?
That's
Good.
gross.
Draw.
We're gonna be taking it slow today.
I'm going to play a Tropical Island.
Yeah,
and
we are getting 45 minutes.
Reordain.
Yeah.
So scry 2.
No faster way to make friends than
Turn one
null
null
rod.
I'll leave them both on top and draw a card.
I did ask Brian if he had one of those last night after seeing
And
yours.
I'm all set.
Draw.
Do you mind if I take the counter off the caverns and we just
That is
remember?
fine.
Yes.
I'm going to fetch again. I'm going to fetch for
I'm a fan of
Overgrown
that
Tomb
statement.
with Wooded Foothills.
Taking 2 more.
Yeah,
We're getting him down, guys. He's at 36.
that's fine.
Slowly but surely.
Life is a resource.
It's 10% of his life already.
I'll just pass the deck around the table. I'll let Martin cut this time.
You could be so kind.
Thank you. All right, I'm going to tap 2, and I'm going to play Brian's favorite card, Orcish Bowmasters. Even though I know it has flash, I just want something out there. Pass.
You have a trigger.
I have a trigger.
Would you like to do your triggers?
Yeah, it's the first time I ever played this
Remember your
card.
triggers, please.
Yeah,
Do you have a token?
I do somewhere. Do you have an orc token in the box?
Probably in the box. Let's take a look.
Could someone remind
Let's
me
just use
what
a dice.
Orcus
Who you
Bowmaster
who
does?
you sending
Yes.
your one damage?
I'm going to
at?
send 1 at Brian because he's at 40 life.
What a hater.
What a hater! All right.
Oh, we don't.
So Orcish Bowmaster has flash. Not important, right? When Orcish Bowmaster enters the battlefield or whenever an opponent draws a card except the first one, they draw on each of their draw steps. Orcish Bowmaster deals 1 damage to any target, then amass 1 orc.
Oh, I hate that.
Yes.
All right. You all set?
Yes.
I'll draw for turn. Okay.
I ignore the flash part. So
I'm gonna play Rejuvenating Springs. Good thing I have more opponents. And the thing about Orcish Bowmasters is that I've got a lot of 1 toughness creatures in this deck and 2 toughness creatures. So I'm going to tap for 2 blue. I'm going to play a Flesh Duplicate.
you're gonna make one too.
I would like to make an Orcish Bowmasters.
Okay.
It'll enter as an Orcish Bowmasters. It'll deal 1 damage to your Orcish Bowmasters.
Ding, ding, ding.
It also enters the battlefield with 3 vanishing counters on it. So
Immediately punished for not using flash ability.
I'm gonna have this set at 3. And then I will have. I'm gonna pass a turn. You want to hand me the token box while I'll look for something to.
Yeah, just use any token because we have no support.
Yep.
I have
What
this.
row?
That's fine. I just want like a card on the battlefield.
Vanishing token. Yep. I do have 1 in my box if you want to go around the
Here.
table.
You can use this as a.
Oh,
Down,
cool.
I'm gonna
I like
play
it.
Sythis.
Except this is good.
Go ahead.
Draw.
Yes, draw your cards.
It looks like an orc. In my bag,
I'm gonna
Yeah,
fetch
should
for
be
an
the front
underground
pocket.
sea.
there's an RAW pocket or box, and it has all my
And
tokens.
then I'm gonna play Nature's Lore. Does anybody object to me just
No,
doing
Finding a
Nature's-
land? Yeah, you got it.
Larger
not.
pocket.
Larger pocket.
Yep.
And I'm gonna get Zagoth Trinum.
It's a good choice.
There's a lot of zippers on there.
Yes, there's a lot of pockets here. Here we go.
Thank you.
So there's the Triome, and let's find the Underground Sea now. And I paid my life, and that's going to do it for me.
You're done?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, there you go.
I have an orc army out.
I'm about to blow it up.
Yeah, I bet you are. I'll do you the honor and do it myself. 1, 2, 3, because I played a swamp for this turn, and I will play Braids Horizon Nightmare.
Oh no. That's kind of disgusting.
I will swing one at Brian with the orc army. I will go to my end step. At the beginning of my end step, I can sacrifice an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker. If I do, each opponent may sacrifice that card type. For each opponent who doesn't, that player loses 2 life, and I draw a card.
Understood.
Sack, if you'd like.
What are you sacking?
I'm
What would
taking
you like to
this.
sacrifice? Alright. I will also sack my orc army.
That is only a creature, I take it?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm going to take a lot of damage from your Orcish Bowmasters, but
Oh.
I need some removal.
I'll just take the 2. Draw a
I'll
card.
take 2.
Okay, and I
That's a
will.
trigger.
I have 2 Orcish Bowmaster triggers. And this, see, I could keep this at the round so I can get more Orcish Bowmaster triggers. Or I could kill it. And I think I'm going to kill it.
Okay.
And I will get a mass 2.
There you go.
And it's back.
And yep, on your turn that ticks down.
Yep.
to
I will
2.
move to my turn.
I do not have anything to discard because I'm at 7, so I don't have to discard. So go ahead.
Cool. Untap. Upkeep. This will tick down to 2.
Did you take my 2 from?
Yes.
Okay.
They both did. I sacrificed a creature.
And then I took 2 from drawing cards.
Yes. I will draw.
Sorry, I didn't look at my life at first.
Alright. I am going to play a Yavimaya Coast. And I haven't been drawing a whole lot of mana accelerant.
Well, there's an all rod out, so that's probably lucky for you.
I'll play a Ristic Study.
Seems good.
I'm hoping that'll get me back into this game. And then I will, assuming Ristic Study resolves, I will pass the turn.
Yeah, no responses.
Tap upkeep, draw. I like that null rod out.
Yeah, it's doing a lot.
I love it.
So much. I am so upset.
I need to get one now.
Well, from Hell's Heart, I stab at thee. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee.
Uh-oh.
Rest in peace.
Ugh.
Resolves.
All right, everybody
Exile
exile
all
your graveyard.
graveyards. If it's part token,
Sweet.
See,
That'll generate a Ristic Study trigger, I think.
It sure will. Would you like to pay the 1 for Ristic Study?
Don't have it.
Cool. I would love to draw a card.
I really like your board right now.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Anything else?
You like Rest in Peace on the board?
I do.
All right.
Remember, this is Toolbox Meren, not Graveyard
Oh,
Meren.
okay.
I'm going to play an Overgrown Tomb untapped, and I'll cast a Ristic Study.
It's hurting Brian.
Ooh, I will have a Ristic Study trigger.
I paid.
You paid the 1. How dare you? Pass a turn. Or pass prayer. You got Ristic Study.
Okay, I'm all done.
It's kind of brutal, but...
Sure. Draw for turn. Ew.
I didn't like that noise.
No, it's just what I should have had on turn 1 if I wasn't going first.
Ah, yes, that one. Aren't you glad you put it in your deck?
Oh yeah. So I'm going to play another swamp. Tap 2 swamps. Play my Strixhaven Demonic Tutor.
Are you going to pay for any
Did
of
you
these
pay the
Ristic
one?
Studies?
Yes, I have a Ristic Study trigger
Go
on
for it.
Demonic Tutor. I will draw.
I'm going to draw as well. Then you're going to have a Bowmaster trigger from me drawing.
I will have a Bowmaster trigger. It is going to deal... it's going to deal 1 to Braids.
Okay. do. So you knew it was demonic tutor. Just do the Strixhaven.
I think it's specifically when it's in Japanese that it makes it a little more difficult.
Right.
It sounds so pretty though.
They're so nice, but did you? It just goes in your hand, right?
Yeah.
All right.
You
Sweet.
don't have to reveal. Okay. And then, what do I want to do here? I think I'm going to go to my end step. I'm going to sack a land.
That checks out. I will. Oh, do I want to sack this land? If I do that, that puts me there. 1, 2, 3. That's probably fine. I'll sack the land.
I'll take the
Exile.
two.
I'll take the 2.
All right.
And I'll take the 2.
I'm going to have 2 Bowmaster triggers.
Sure.
I will deal the next 2 to
Braids? Yep.
Okay. Good to go to my turn.
Let me check my hand size.
I think you're over.
I'm over. I'm going to discard.
Do you mean exile?
I would hope so.
Exile.
Okay.
Well, he has to discard them first.
Discard into exile. Let's see. What do I want to discard into exile? Ooh. Sure. And that's not going to help me this game. Sure. So Razaketh and Gemstone Cabinet.
Terrifying.
Yep.
All right. I will untap. I'm going to have an upkeep trigger on the flesh duplicate. Will put me down to 1 vanishing counter. So next turn it will be sacrificed. I believe that is the 1 on that die. It's not very clear, but I'll get a new die later. In my upkeep, I'm going to tap for a green and attempt to cast Worldly Tutor.
You're going to pay 1?
I am not going to pay the 1. You can draw.
Okay.
I would like to state that I'm just finding a mana dork off this. I don't know if that.
I still want to draw the card.
No, you can draw. You can draw. It's just the game I played on Sunday. Someone countered my turn 2 Worldly Tutor, so I could find a Birds of Paradise, and I was like, I mean, I guess, but there we go.
So I'm going to draw it, and then you're going to get a Bowmaster.
Any
trigger.
chat?
I will have a Bowmaster trigger. It's just going to deal 1 to Ryan. You take 1.
Okay.
This will go up to 4. Worldly Tutor good. It'll be exiled. And I am going to find my dork. It is specifically going to be...
Donovan in the chat said he might be considering building Muldrotha.
It's going to be a Bloom Tender.
Let him know, give me some feedback on my list.
He said make Sultai great again.
Sultai is always great.
He said Displacer Kitten and Muldrotha should just end the game, sort of, right?
Displacer Kitten is in my deck.
Yep.
It's solid.
Displacer Kitten is so good.
Displacer Kitten is pretty good.
It's a very solid card. It makes a lot of weird shenanigans.
You know who else loves Displacer Kitten? Atraxa.
Yeah.
Displacer Kitten's just
Draws your
awesome.
deck. I'll offer a cut. Right. And this is going to go on top, and then I will draw it for turn. I will play a Waterlogged Grove, and I'm going to end up paying 1 life to cast this Bloom Tender. And I cannot pay for Ristic Study, so you're once again going to draw, unfortunately.
Okay.
And I will pass the turn.
Alright. Keep drawing. Oh boy.
Oh, I will have another Bowmaster off that draw. That too. Ryan, you're going to take another 1. Get those life totals down.
That's fine.
I'll tap 2 and play Destiny Spinner.
Yeah.
2/3 enchantment creature. Creatures and enchantments you control can't be countered, and it animates land. Go ahead.
And then we both get Ristic Study triggers.
We sure
Off
do.
of a oh, it's an enchantment.
It's just a spell.
Really? That was
Yeah.
non-creature.
That is Mystic Remora you're thinking
Mystic
of.
Remora. Thank you.
And I'm going to deal 1 to you off my Bowmaster trigger.
Go to my turn.
Got
Drop
6/6
return.
boys. I should have attacked with it.
Yeah, you should.
Think about
I was thinking about that. I'll let.
That's one of the problems with this game is that so many people aren't trying to win through combat that I sometimes forget to.
I'm going to play Sky
combat.
Shroud Claim, and I'm not going to pay for heuristic study.
I will draw.
Can I resolve my claim?
Go ahead.
So I'm going to search up a bayou and a forest.
My guy's got a lot of lands over there.
And then I'm going to play my own Orcish Bowmaster. You can give that a cut for me if you don't mind. And I'm going to deal 1 to your Bowmaster.
I will allow that to happen.
And I didn't pay for heuristic study, so you get a draw.
Cool.
You want the orc token, Brian? Here's a cat.
Are you going to allow my Bloom Tender to stick around?
Bowmaster.
Yeah.
All right, I'll draw. You can
Is
have
Bloom
another-
Tender a 1/1?
It's
Yes.
a 1/1.
Well, you would draw when it's on the stack, so I don't get to Bowmaster.
Right,
it.
thank you.
When it resolves, I Bowmaster and kill your Bowmaster.
Yes. My bad.
And then that's it for me.
No one want to kick me a Bowmaster?
You feel left out?
Yeah, a little bit.
Green White Mage.
Yeah.
And I discarded Manifold Key for my discard stuff.
It's not very good with the Null Rod.
I'll play a Volrath Stronghold.
My deck's not very good with the Null Rod in play.
Welcome to the club. Volrath Strong.
What's your Destiny Spinner's power and toughness?
2/3.
2/3.
Seems like a terrible investment for Bowmaster triggers if that's what you're thinking.
No. You're good.
I know.
I don't know, I killed Braids last turn.
Yeah, but that's Braids. It's Destiny's Braids. He's just a little guy.
Just a little guy
Just
that
a
helps
little
you
guy.
win next turn.
Yeah, I wish.
Okay. What do I want to do here?
Suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking. Guess I could do that. I'm gonna blow up your 6/6. Give you a land.
Oh, that's kind of brutal. I will.
Assassin's Trophy.
I get a basic. Is that how that works?
Yep.
Good thing I still have a basic in this deck.
And then I'm
Are
gonna...
you paying for the heuristic study?
No, sir. You can draw your card.
So we're both going to draw cards, and then
Oh.
I'll have a Bowmaster trigger?
I missed my draw.
Yes.
So that's fine. I missed
Are
my
you
draw.
gonna shoot the Bloom Tender?
No, I put it on the stack for you.
You shoot the
Well,
Bloom
I've
Tender?
already started searching, but yeah, if
Just draw whatever the top card would have been.
it's this one.
Unless you were intentionally missing it.
No, I mean, are you gonna blow up my Bloom Tender? That would
I
be
am
kinda
going to
sad.
blow up your Boom Tender.
Oh, that's kind of brutal. Yeah, I mean,
So
I
if you
can't
want to
miss.
can you intentionally miss?
I can. I mean, yeah, I guess I'll put this back in my deck because I don't really want to lose my Bloom Tender.
Okay, so I'll get a card. Bloom Tender sticks around.
Yes, for now. I have a feeling that people don't like Bloom Tender being out.
Oh, I'm just gonna play a double Null Rod in a second.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Yep.
Are we having a Null Rod contest? I have more.
No. It's a green creature. You probably have it in your deck too. Let me know when you're done shuffling, because then I'll play my card.
I am done. I'll allow you to
I
come.
think I stopped at 2 Null Rods.
My weird looking collector oof.
Yeah, that's fine. That's messed up, bro.
I have that one. I love it.
I know, me too.
I can get through 1. 2 is a little.
I figured you guys might like that.
Alright.
He looks like something from like Adventure Time or something.
We both have Ristic Study triggers. I am once again going to choose to not. Well,
Can you choose to decline a heuristic study
It's a
trigger?
May trigger.
It's a
it is a
May.
May.
Oh, it's
It
a
is a
May.
May.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm just
so you're going
trying-
to decline?
I mean, yeah, I can't let this with 2 collectors or 2 null rods out. I can't.
You need that
Yeah,
Bloom Tender.
I need that Bloom Tender.
So I'll take. You played a second card. I only drew 1 this turn.
Yeah, I played a second card. I played Assassin's Trophy first
I'm
and
just gonna
Collector
make
Oof
sure.
second.
Yep, I got 8 cards because I discarded, so I
Tell me
drew
it's
1
not
from
cool
the
looking,
first one.
though.
Doesn't look like a magic card to me.
It does look cool though. It looks like Game of Thrones, like
Yes.
Oh, I remember that.
yeah.
All right.
It's a real card. It's just a secret lair. That's my turn.
Okay. Go on
What
tap.
did you play?
Oh,
Collector Roof.
yeah, he looks weird, doesn't he?
Looks like
I
Cartoon
put this one
Network.
specifically in here to tick you off.
Oh.
Because I know
I'll
you
play an
like the
island.
regular cards.
All right. How much mana do I have?
My whole goal eventually is just to have nothing but weird cards in here just to tick you off.
5. This is 6, 7.
Brandon and I talk about all the time how he likes the actual art,
Yeah.
and I like the borderless art. Like today we swapped Shouldreds because he likes the original better. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
What about the Phyrexian text?
It may not look like it, but that null red is doing work, Martin.
I'm aware that it is doing a lot of work.
As that, remember he played that in the episode?
As someone who is currently
And I was
holding
like, can
7
you
cards in
translate
hand,
that
I'm
for me?
aware it's doing a lot of work.
So if I
question
played a
is, do you like
Stony
that
Silence
copy of
next
the
turn, hypothetically.
He doesn't like that copy.
Okay.
All right.
Brian likes original
I
art.
will pass my turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw.
A little scary.
I've got 2 no rods out. I can't really like.
I mean,
As soon as I drew that, I'm like, I have to play this. Just so I could stare at Charlie, because it looks like he's holding up a flower to give you. Or whatever those are. What are those, like, weird germs?
I don't know, honestly.
Well, I don't love this, but
I don't know. It's
perfect.
whatever he's collecting.
The flavor text says, so I got this orb back at SpiritCon 1993. It looks like a lot like the 94 version, actually rounder.
I'm gonna come at you with the Destiny Spinner for 2.
I'll take 2.
Great. And then I'm going to play Drannith Magistrate. I don't pay the anything because I don't have it.
I'm gonna draw a card.
Are you gonna blow up my boom tender?
It's whenever an opponent draws a card. Oh, you're
Yes,
asking
I
if you
know.
draw. Yes, the answer is always yes.
Okay, then I'm just gonna continue not to draw.
All right.
I think
Pass
I'm
the
better off
turn.
not drawing.
Is that the card I think it is?
Nobody plays their commander.
Yes,
Yes.
Drannith Magistrate prevents all of us from playing cards from
Except
outside
me.
of our hands.
Yeah.
Including Exile with Wrist Sweeper.
That is true.
Well, I guess no.
I'm gonna play
control.
Temporal Manipulation, try and take another turn.
Resolves. I got nothing.
No response.
There is nothing I can do
Seed
about that.
time.
I have not been drawing interaction, unfortunately.
Is that a foil temporal? Is that foil?
That's what you're worried about right now?
You're not worried about him taking an extra turn?
I don't have anything to do about it. I just want to know if it's foil.
So I've got some attackers. Collector Roof. I got no good attacks. This is like the saddest extra turn ever.
See, I wasn't worried about anything.
It's the most expensive explorer
With Rest
ever.
in Peace out, A-okay. And that'll be the first time a Meren player tells you that.
I'm gonna play Ancient Tomb.
Seems good.
Yep.
I'll cast Grim Monolith. Would you like to draw a card?
No, I'm good. Thanks for the offer.
I love Magic, you guys.
Take my
Does
attempt.
Green Monolith doing anything right now?
It sure doesn't.
It looks good.
Sorry.
I cared enough to have it on the battlefield that I paid 2 life for
Yeah,
it.
you paid 2 life for that.
I was just asking, you know.
But it is currently
You know, the
double
elephants are
low
back
red.
in the room. Like, they go after me a couple episodes ago. So
And I gotta
bring 'em
discard. I
back
have too
out.
many cards.
He gets a card out of his
I
hand.
guess I'll just play the Soul Ring. Why not? Add an extra mana.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you're
play the
fine.
Felmar
4,
Stone, too.
6.
They're good art on your
This
board.
is exile.
Excellent art.
I don't like any of the modern printings of Felwar Stone.
Draw.
I like the original myself.
Yeah.
I do like the borderless one they did in Commander Masters. That one was kind of cool.
It's okay.
If I had to pick, those would be my 2 favorites: the original and that one.
I'm gonna play Urborg.
Hey, thanks. Appreciate that.
Everything's a swamp.
We got swamps now.
Thanks.
We swamps now, boys.
Karma spell.
Did you actually put that in the deck?
6.
Just
Man.
kidding.
got
Brian's
another
like,
texture.
surprise! I added a card
I'm gonna
too.
play Dark Ritual.
All right.
Would you like to draw a card?
No, I'm good. Thanks.
I'm going to play Cabal Ritual. Would you like to draw a card?
Good, you got it.
So I have 4 black floating. I'm going to use 2 of it to cast Demonic Tutor.
Uh-oh. Guys, I think this might be game.
Yeah, go ahead.
Can you translate that ancient thing for me? Sorry.
What am I getting with this?
That's a great question.
So 2 floating, 2, 3, 4, 6. Alright, I know what I'm getting now, I just gotta find it.
The question is this where Brian just takes off the game and wins?
We're gonna find out.
I'm gonna play Time Twister.
Oh!
That's...
Something.
Hands, libraries, and graveyards for everybody, right?
Yep.
Wait.
Response?
Oh, this is brutal.
Force of Vigor, you guys' heuristic studies.
Whoa,
Big
that was
bang.
aggressive.
Nope.
Why would he? You're about to shuffle the cards away.
Yeah, I'm trying
I
to
like
think.
your stuff. So.
Thanks.
I think this is what I need to do. I'm going to tap 7. And I think, does this help you more than it helps me? No, I think this is fine. I'm going to cast an Overloaded Cyclonic Rift.
Ooh.
This is in response to Force of Vigor.
So I'm gonna draw.
That's going to help him.
Why is it going to help him?
Because then Martin loses all that and we can use his artifacts.
Yeah, and then he can just replay all of his artifact mana
Yeah.
immediately.
No, because the Time Twister's on the stick.
Oh, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it all gets
Good
listed
call.
away.
Good call.
Well,
Never been time twister.
You
before,
can
so.
draw off your heuristic study
Doesn't come
if you
up
want.
often.
So I'm gonna draw 2 for Ristic Study. Because you had a Rift and you had a.
Well, you have to draw 1 first.
Oh, because the Rift is first.
Yes.
So I'm gonna draw off the Rift. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll have Rift resolve if you want.
Rift resolves.
Okay, Rift resolves. And now you can draw off your Force of Vigor if you would like. Everyone picks up all of their cards besides their lands.
oh, besides the lands?
Yeah, you can keep your lands. It's non-land permanents.
Oh.
And then you can draw off. Oh, you can't. You can draw. You still have a draw trigger on the stack from
So
Force
I'll
of
draw
Vigor.
from the Force of Vigor.
Yep.
Okay.
And then Force of Vigor resolve, which will destroy my heuristic study. And then we've got Time Twister
No,
on the stack.
oh, yours is gonna die. Time Twister's on the stack. I'm gonna flash down the Bowmaster again with my 2 black floating.
That
Then we
makes
shuffle.
sense.
Do we shuffle our hands?
Oh, no. All those triggers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so we still shuffle our.
Time Twister is resolving now?
Yep.
Before I... Okay. Goodbye, hand.
So I'm gonna get 21 Bowmaster triggers.
You sure
Because
will.
everyone's drawing 7. Jesus. Jeez.
Seems good.
I'm finally gonna get that Bloom Tender off the board. This has been the epic showdown of this entire game.
I don't want to
This
talk
is
about
the
it.
Bloom Tender versus the Bowmaster.
I don't want to talk about it.
Bowmaster is just like one of the most insane EDH cards. It's so good.
So,
You convinced me.
as someone, as an introduction into the CEDH world, the thing about this format and this power level is that often a lot of people are very close to winning all at one time.
Yep.
And it's just where the points of interactions end up going and the decisions that people make and how, like, if they go off one turn or the next turn makes things different depending on where people end up winning. So a classic of this format is telling people when they could have won if they had taken a different line or if they were going to win the next turn.
You make that?
So, as an introduction to the format, I do have to point out that I would have won the next turn if you hadn't cast Time Twister.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, this didn't help too much.
That's good for me.
I was about to say.
So I'll go with oh, I have 21 triggers.
You sure do.
God.
Yeah, so that army.
So I'll do 1 to the thing down there.
That checks out.
This will be 21. Who should I deal 20 to? Who wants to take 20?
Nose goes.
I feel like you got burned pretty bad already,
I
so
have
I'm
been burned pretty
gonna
bad.
relax on you. I'm rooting for the stacks player. Ryan?
Uh-oh, Ryan. Mr. Co-host.
I'm always your target.
Mr. Co-host.
Go for it.
How do you feel
Ryan.
about taking 20?
I mean,
Not great.
not great.
You're still in good shape.
I was.
All right, I'll deal 20 to Ryan.
Okay. Ouch.
Sol Ring,
Seems good.
Yeah.
Lotus Petal,
Wish I still had my Ristic study out. Ryan.
Eternal Witness,
Oh. I don't think I can let that happen. How much mana do you have left?
3,
See,
and I have exactly 1 card in my graveyard, and it's Time Twister.
where are you getting the third?
I played a
see
Sol
two.
Ring. Boom, boom, boom.
Oh, you have 1 floating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I could. Oh, God. If I do that, that just puts you in this, and you just have. Okay, I mean, I'm going to attempt to counter this. I will cast Force of Will. I'll lose 1 life, and I'm going to exile this Lorien Revealed.
Okay.
Cool. I don't think I can let that happen.
I'll use my remaining mana to play Trinket Mage.
Yeah.
And I will find a Sensei's Divining Top, and then that's it for my turn.
Seems pretty good. With that Bolas's Citadel you have in hand?
I wish.
Sure.
Hasn't shown up this game yet.
Oh, okay. That's what they all say until they cast it.
Good to go?
All set.
Okay. Yavimaya.
It's a Fangren Forest.
Yep.
Yeah, Maya. Thanks for the green mana.
You're welcome.
Now I've got green and black. I feel great. See, Ryan, if you hadn't discarded that Gemstone Caverns, it would have just been a free Bayou at this point.
Fauna Shaman?
It's pretty good.
Was the Urborg still in play?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Urborg's in play, and
So
we've got
everything's a
Yavimaya.
buy. All right.
That's what I'm saying. He could have had a free Bayou if he hadn't discarded that Gemstone Cavern.
Don't really want to do this, but I'm going to do it. Necropotence?
Oh. I have no response to Necropotence.
Necro Resolves.
Seems good.
Would you like to activate your Necropotence?
Yes.
You're at 12.
Yes. I will go to...
Well, this would be good.
Oh my gosh.
Feeling like a genius over here for doming the person who plays Necropotence on the very next turn.
Yeah, that was pretty good. That was a pretty good line.
I'm only going to take 2 for now. I just want to see what it... So
Love
Well,
it.
you have to exile them face down.
they're face down.
So you
Yeah,
get them
at the
at
end
your
of the
end
turn.
step.
Yeah, I pass.
All right. You get your cards. I will
Thanks.
untap. Draw. Well, that's a card. Okay. We did draw into some gas, so I will. I think I need to keep that. So we will tap this for the green that I got from Yavimaya, and then blue. Well, I don't mind taking a life if I need to. I'll do green and blue. I will cast Kinnan, Bonder Prodigy.
Nice.
That's so nice. Don't worry about it. Kinnan good?
Yep.
Cool. I am going to cast a Mana Crypt.
Resolves.
I am going to cast a Mox Opal.
Resolves.
I will float a colorless from the Mana Crypt and use 2 of it to cast a Simic Signet.
Resolves.
I am going to
Is it online now?
use 1 colorless, and this will make 2 green, and I will add an additional 2 using 1 off of Yavimaya, so I won't take a damage, and I will cast a Seedborn Muse.
Resolves.
Now, I can do something else. I'm wondering if it's worth it.
Oh, 2/2.
Kinnan is a 2/2. That puts me at 1, 2, 3. So I can do that. Is it worth it? Oh, I have to pay that much. So it's not. I would have to sacrifice that one, which isn't great. Oh, I used the 1 colorless floating. So I got 3 mana right now. I can go up to 4, which doesn't help me. I can grab that card, which lets me do that. It's not great. But I'm just thinking about a couple cards in my deck that I could potentially get. Considering I have the Seedborn Muse.
This is the hard part.
Yeah, this is the hard part.
The strategy.
One of the issues about Commander, especially with a lot of deck changes, you try new cards, stuff like that, is that you don't always remember what's in your deck. I think with that, I am just going to pass the turn. I think that is my best choice. I will untap with Seedborn Muse.
I do a lot of tutoring based on a vague notion that I think I have something for this.
Same.
Usually works out. G to G?
2, 3, 4. Give me 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's so much
5,
harder to tutor when you have opponents
6,
than playing against
7,
a goldfish.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have 12 mana. You can untap. I will have an effect on your upkeep.
Untap, upkeep.
I am going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will make the blue and the green. And then 6, 7 mana. I will activate Kinan Bonder Prodigy.
Okay.
Good?
Yep.
1,
Remind me what that does?
yeah, so Kinan Bonder Prodigy, it says whenever you top a non-land permanent for mana, so all of my rocks.
I know that part.
I
the
added
activated
1 mana of any type that permanent produced, and then I can pay 5, a green and a blue, to look at the top 5 cards of my library. I may put a non-human creature card from among them onto the battlefield, and then I put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order.
Okay.
Okay, so I will grab the top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have whiffed. There were no non-human creatures in there.
I hate to see it.
You hate to see it. I will pass to your draw step.
Draw for turn. Finally drew some gas. Alright, let's play some cards, huh?
Uh-oh.
Let's do it.
Mana Crypt? Any
That's a real card.
Yeah.
That's the best looking
That's
mana
the
crypt.
book Mana Crypt.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Sythis? Any objections?
Sir?
I have objections, but I have no responses.
Well, not like moral ones. Like, yeah, okay. Snow-covered plains. Paladin class. Any objections?
Spells your opponents cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast. That's fine.
Okay.
Resolves.
Sythis trigger on the stack.
I have a Bowmaster trigger.
Not
Are you-
until after I draw the card, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
that
So
resolves.
Sythis trigger resolves. I draw a card, gain 1 life. Bowmaster
Are
trigger.
you going to play another spell this turn, too? You're going to draw
About
another
it.
card? Can I
Oh,
actually
yeah.
kill the cannon?
Yeah, you can kill a cat.
Wait a second.
I can get you another.
We can talk about this.
I'm more scared of the cannon. I'm scared of the cannon.
I'm
All
just
right,
saying
we
that,
can talk about it.
that I have things that aren't great for you. So
I'm
You know-
just goofing off over here.
All right.
It doesn't matter to me.
You can do whatever you-
McKinnon seems the scariest thing in play.
Do whatever. I mean,
What does
nothing.
the table thing?
This is completely random. It's a non-deterministic value piece. So you know, as you can see, I completely whiffed.
Don't ask me for help.
With Kinnan and Seedboard news in play,
I'm
you
on
could
Team
win
Charlie
on your
now.
upkeep if you don't kill it right
That is
now.
false.
Okay.
I have no instant speed.
I'm going to
with
do one
lines.
to the Bonder Prodigy.
Makes sense.
Okay.
And this is going to go up to 22.
Yeah, that's fine.
Lux Amber, any objections?
Give me a thumbs up.
All right. I'm going to put a Wild Growth on my snow-covered plains. I get a Sythis trigger.
I am going to respond to this with this trigger.
Okay.
I am going to
Stifle. Just kidding.
sack this to draw a card.
Bowmaster trigger?
That's fine.
Donovan says, I love how casually and nonchalantly Charlie says, I have Seedborn using Kinnan and a mana to activate. Nothing to worry about. It's all going to be fine.
It's all gonna be fine. You know, there's nothing going on my board that's scary.
Oh, I
I'm
respond
gonna
to
use
your
The
account.
Bowmaster
fine.
trigger
Okay.
to kill the Bonder.
Well, we did LOL, so.
Yeah.
Sythis trigger results.
Go ahead.
Okay. Draw a card, game in life.
I got a Bowmaster trigger. Now I got to kill your Sythis.
Well, you've got one Bowmaster trigger on the Sythis. You'd need another one.
Oh, it's a 1-2.
It's a
Yeah.
1/2. Yep.
Well, then I guess I'll put one on the Sythis.
Okay.
No run.
That'll be kind of sick.
I passed the turn.
Tap. I got no anything going on for upkeeps. Draw for turn. So you got a Necro, and what's your creature? A
Fauna
Fauna
Shaman.
Shaman?
Oh wait, this is an exile anymore. And neither is Force of Will.
Yeah, those are.
That's how that works.
So I'm kind of thinking I got to look at my mana a little bit, but I think I can play Muldrotha here. And if I play Muldrotha, then I can play Eternal Witness and get back Time Twister. And I think this checks out. I think this works.
Oh, I also untap.
Ooh, and I even had a bonus land over there. Let's see.
Too bad there's no Ristic studies out anymore.
That'll be kind of sick.
So I play a Morphic Pool,
Glad
my
there's
land
not.
for turn.
Yep.
I will cast my big
Boy.
Muldrotha. Any responses?
Cry.
Yeah.
Malaise, yeah.
I will play a Lotus Petal from my graveyard.
Mhm.
I will pay 2, going to 27 to cast
Um,
Eternal Witness from my graveyard.
You're responding?
I'm trying. How does this work? You get one of each permanent type.
Yep.
So that's an artifact. This will be a creature.
Do that. You don't have. Oh, you have that. I'm just trying to think if there's any way that I can get through this, and there's nothing I can do.
Go ahead.
Get back Time Twister.
We twisting?
I believe we are.
Like we did last summer?
Let's twist again.
Twist
Alright.
it up.
Twist in time.
I don't
is
have
here.
a. I don't have a sick whiff this time.
Ryan, I don't think it's gonna end well for you.
Probably not.
This may be that.
You do get to draw your cards. That just skips your draw step. So you get to draw 7 new cards.
Hey. Just to let the chat and everyone else in the world know, my decks are actually good, except when I'm sitting next to Brian. No one gets to see my decks if I'm sitting next to Brian.
That checks out. I think someone's gonna die this turn.
Yeah.
Of fun?
Time
Yes.
Twister's a fun card.
It is a fun card. They should reprint Time Twister. There,
They really should. Everyone should be allowed to play with Time Twister. I'm completely tapped out though.
Everyone likes to play Blue Wheel of Fortune.
You have creatures. You have a Seedborn Muse in play.
Could you not?
Yikes. Alright, 7 cards. Here we go.
Good luck.
All right. Good luck, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yep. That 7 felt weird, but it really is 7.
Not horrible.
No.
Survive.
So I got
I don't think
21
we're going to.
more
I don't think
triggers
so.
here from the Bowmaster. I'm going to kill Seedborn Muse.
Yep. Oh, that's 4.
Then I got 17 damage. I'll do 17 to... I'll do 2 to the Fauna Shaman.
So 15 damage left.
I'll deal 10 to Ryan. Take him out.
So that's 4 more.
5 more.
And
5
then
more?
the rest to Charlie.
I will take 5. 5.
This goes to 44.
So he was very lucky. He
You
Time
got
Twister.
no creatures left, Charlie?
I don't
I
have
had
any
Bane of
creatures.
Progress
Are you
in
gonna
my
kill
last
me?
game.
I'm going to kill you.
Let me think about that.
You need it out to this 44, 44, but other than that, I just got some little dirtle monsters.
Also, I like this
These are all sorcerers.
necrotic ooze.
I like that.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna die to this.
Sometimes it'd be like that.
Yeah, you got it. Well done. I am dead.
You're dead.
I feel bad for you, but I'm dead too.
Second main phase, and there's more.
Oh god.
Mox Opal,
Uh-huh.
exploration. No exploration, just Lotus Petal.
Mm-hmm.
Back to you, Martin.
Untap, upkeep, damage on odds for the Mana Crypt.
Yeah, I would have played Bane of Progress.
No
in my
damage?
time, if you didn't time twisting.
Draw for turn.
Well, I don't love this. Let's do Snow-Covered Forest. Can I win right now? I think I can. Hold on. How much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So, how do you two feel now? Just sitting here while the other two are playing.
Okay.
I feel like Bowmasters is pretty strong.
Like the last episode.
Yeah, Bowmaster's dominated.
Yes,
this game.
yes, it did.
That's why I wanted to get rid of it. I saw that Bowmasters and I was like, I need to get rid of this.
I would have been happy if you just got rid of it, but you having it was bad too.
That was my only way of getting rid of it.
Cyclave Apparition on the Bowmasters?
Oh.
He's out of there.
Now?
Yes, no. I just drew the Cyclave Apparition. What do you want me to do?
So does that keep it exiled forever, or do I
Yes.
get it back when it dies?
It is exiled
I get
forever.
a crappy token.
When the
get
apparition
one.
dies, you get a 2/2 phantom token.
Got it.
That's nice. So let's tap 3 and play Enchantress Presence, which gets me a Sythis trigger. Any responses?
Nope.
Draw. Bonk. And which one do I have left? 2 colorless. Not helpful. I pass the turn.
Draw. Let's start this off with Frantic Search. 2. Discard 1.
Well, Donovan has
Two.
a controversial take.
Uh-oh.
Bowmasters is fair and balanced.
Alright, Donovan.
Well, that's all my actions, so I guess I can replay untap my lands. And I've got a Cyclonic Rift here to try and finish it off. But I don't have any counterplay to that. So I guess I just fire up the Cyclonic Rift.
Yeah, I got nothing. You win.
Donovan, how do you
Get
feel
it
about a
with
2 mana
44,
card
44.
making a 44/44 with cards that we already played in the meta? I'd like to know what your opinions on that were.
I just responded back to one and said Thoracle to ban too. Then.
Yeah.
If he's gonna ban Orcish Bowmasters, we can ban Thoracle.
I think Orcish Bowmaster is like one of the best cards.
I agree.
No, it's
Yeah,
it's
it's-
So it's
you
incredibly
you guys
impactful.
convinced me.
It's
Like
absurd.
at first I didn't realize how good it was, but then I
So
realized
good.
how many in this format, how much you draw. So
yes.
but in a casual setting, you're not drawing that much. It's not great in a casual game. I don't think. I think it's great in high power.
Yeah, it was great with the Ristic studies, and
Yes.
obviously I play a bunch of draw 7s in my deck, so like Shieldred and
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Bowmaster's a pretty sweet combo.
When you're in a
Please tell
format
me what
that has
Donovan
access
said.
to more mana and you draw a lot more cards, I think this is like a good spot for a card.
I need
like
to
that.
know Donovan's response to what I said
Donovan's
about bonus.
response is that's MTG as Richard G intended.
Okay, there we go. That's what we needed to see.
I got to play Time Twister today. It was a
Twice.
good day. I got to play it twice in the same game.
You almost played it 3 times.
Yeah, I almost played it 3 times.
Yeah,
And
It's a
Donovan,
Time Twister deck.
just to answer your question,
Multiple
why
spheres.
Wizards hates poor people is
Yeah.
because if they let people save money, then people are going to get smart and stop buying their products.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, look at double feature from Midnight Hunt and Crimson Vow when that came out.
Which was a disaster. Yeah.
I'll be honest
And-
though, what RAW did like last weekend, making it a 2-headed giant.
How did that end up going?
I heard that was really
I think
successful.
people had a lot of fun.
It had a lot of views on Twitch,
Awesome.
and people were. So I think if you do stuff like that with a set that's not doing the greatest, and you bring like a more multiplayer feel to it, especially 2-headed giant, it makes it a lot more fun. Because then you guys can play like all the vampires you want and just punch face with them.
Yeah.
No, that's a good way of doing it.
Also,
I kind of targeted you a little bit harder than everybody else because you got the
Understandable.
CEDH. I respect your deck.
Understandable.
And I got to see you play it on the other
Yeah.
day. I know it's good.
I did have an option there. I had the transmute artifact in hand. So on my turn, I could have transmuted my own Simic Signet.
Okay.
And I would have gotten Basalt, and I could have gotten, I think, it might have been 1 or 2 more flips off of Kinnan on his upkeep, which probably would have been good. But I was thinking that getting rid of my colored sources to get a Basalt Monolith isn't always great. You know, these are the things that we think about when playing this game.
And had you have not twisted, I would have hard casted Bane of Progress, turn.
The second twist.
and then I would have aggro away the rest of the game.
Yep.
Because that thing would have had so many counters on it.
So is my deck CEDH playable then?
Yes.
Yes.
You beat my ass.
Well, it was just one game, but
Oh, I know.
you're like the expert I know.
so
Both you guys are.
That's
Tell me
the
what
thing.
you think.
That's the thing about this format is that, you know, it's very open. You know, there's obviously like decisions that you can make to increase percentage points and stuff like that. Like, hey, if you play the best deck, you might have like, you know, a 10% chance more of winning. But with 4 players, it's so easy to like build a deck that you can reasonably win a quarter of your games, which is kind of like the mark to meet.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's just if you play better and get to know your deck, then you'll be better at the game. And what I love about, you know, kind of off meta things, and I've been brewing a few different things that like, if people don't know what your deck does and you do, there's not much they can do about it because they don't know what they're supposed to be expecting. But yeah, this looks really fun.
Like I built it just to goldfish. I wanted a
Yeah.
deck that did cool combos
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and I didn't want to do Thassa's Oracle plus.
Yeah,
I didn't want to do the typical CEDH
Yeah.
endgame of that, like kind of a lot of decks do.
and that's totally a
I like
viable
winning the
option.
game in weird ways with.
Yeah, that's totally a viable option. Everybody thinks like, oh, you want to play blue so you can play Thoracle, and you want to play black so you can play Demonic Consultation, and you know get all your good cards and stuff like that. It's just, you know, it's not necessary.
It's cool that you can brew.
Yes, it is definitely a brewer's thing, and what's great is that what I've noticed is specifically because it's 100 cards, you know, it makes it a lot more easier, or it makes it more difficult to find optimal Brews, so there's always like a lot of open flex slots for things. Like, you know, you see these modern decks and stuff like they've found their 60 cards, and like sometimes you can get away with like a couple random sideboard cards, but you know, this is the 60 you should be running kind of thing. But with Commander, it's you've got 100 cards, you've got 100 slots that you have to fill. There's always some flex slots, and there's always new commanders coming out. So, and you know, there's always new things coming up. There was this really cool deck that I saw earlier that I was talking to Ryan about. That just recently placed in a tournament called Varagoth. Blood Sky Sire, I believe, is the card. It is a card from Baldur's Gate. It's mono black, and it has Boast for 1 and a black that you get to search for a card from your library. Boast is if you attack with it. And the whole idea is to tutor a ad nauseum, and your entire deck is less than 40 mana value, so you can draw your entire deck off of your ad nauseum. And like with ad nauseum, you always want to keep your mana values low so that you can draw as many cards as you want. But the whole point of this deck is that it's completely under 40 mana value. So you attack with Vargoth as fast as possible. You hit your ad nauseum, you cast ad nauseum, you draw your entire deck. And it's got some lines with like, it's got a bunch of like the 0 mana creatures that kill themselves, like, you know, X value, like Walking Ballista and stuff like that, like go immediately to the graveyard. And then it plays things that like deal damage to the amount, like deal damage amount of creatures in your graveyard and stuff like that. So it's like, it's a really fun deck, and it's like things like that. It's like, wow, no one's thought about this, and then all of a sudden it plays, and it's like, oh, this is a new deck in the format that's potentially viable.
And that deck seemed like something like that, where your combo is just through your commander trying to draw 100 cards on, you know, like turn 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like, you could definitely, I feel like, win 1 in 4 games.
Yep. Yeah, it's having a bonus card in your hand is a very powerful thing, and it's all about how your deck synergizes with that. And you know, people are looking for ways to get card advantage and ways to combo off with their commander, and it's, you know, it's a very fun format.
I thought that was a pretty fun game.
Yeah, it was a fun game.
Yeah.
It was a lot of back and forth, and
As always, you know,
Would you get it to a
Bowmasters takes
44?
I got to a 44.
Bowmasters takes over if you don't deal with it. So
Yeah.
It's a lot of free stuff for a 1/1.
Yeah.
2 mana 1/1.
with
Here's
flash.
my 44/44.
Yep.
Took some work, but
Yeah.
2 time twisters. Yes.
well, I think that's going to do it for us today.
I think so.
All right.
A quick, fun episode. I liked it.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for
Thanks
having
to
me.
our
Thanks
guests
for coming out.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
All right. Well, that's it.
That's all. Yeah.
Let's wrap it up.
That's all,
Have a good night,
folks.
guys.
Yeah. So you can get so many more games in too.